the source for computers and technology.
Some of the most popular sites on the World Wide Web right now are sports sites. And by now, pretty much every team has its own website, and even a lot of players have their own web pages.
But it's the mega sites like CBSSportsline.com that are drawing the most fans and the most dollars. It is ranked one of the 50 most popular sites on the web.
Well, this week's newsmaker is Mike Levy. He's CEO and founder of Sportsline. I had a chance to visit him in Fort Lauderdale to see how that entrepreneur got the ball rolling and where he plans on taking his team in the future.
We really enjoy it right here on the water. It's very quiet.
The man behind CBS Sportsline is internet big leaguer Mike Levy. Levy was at a 1993 computer trade show when he came up with the Sportsline concept. But he didn't come up with the idea at a trade show. He came up with it at a casino.
I walked by the sports bar and where the sports book is, and I saw all these people watching the big screen TVs and betting on sports, and I said, you know what, there's got to be something in sports information for the consumer. Now, at that time, this is November '93, I'd never even heard of the internet. I tracked how AOL and Prodigy were covering the games, and they weren't covering them. So I figured this could be a good opportunity. Everybody in the world is going to go online, and sports as a vertical content area could be really big. So the next month, in February, I started the company.
Levy already had an entrepreneurial track record. As co-founder and CEO of Lexicon Corporation, he helped develop the first electronic language translator. The Florida native also holds 6 patents for high-tech products.
Well, I can't really.
But his biggest strength is his knowledge of his customer base. Levy, like the people who visit his site, is a true sports fan.
A Jerry Rice helmet, Shaquille O'Neal shoe, Cal Ripken baseball bat, and back here are 3 famous baseballs signed by Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Those were 3 guys that I followed back in the 50s very closely.
When you were a kid.
Yeah, I was a huge fan.
Though Wall Street has been slow to respond to Sportsline's success, Levy is confident he has a solid game plan.
Our business model is very straightforward. Build the best content, make sure we've got the best partners, which we have with CBS and America Online, to drive traffic to our site. When we get that traffic, then to capitalize on the multiple revenue streams of advertising, e-commerce, membership services, and content licensing.
Here's the heart of the operation on a typical sports Sunday.
This is where everything really happens. These guys are editors and are in charge of everything that goes up on the site.
Let's take a look at the scores. If you need some other scores and all the info behind it and the news and analysis, log on to cbs.sportsline.com.
This is Sportsline's radio operation, and we're really big time this year. We just did a big deal with Westwood One, and we're actually producing the pregame, the halftime, the postgame shows for a number of NFL games, and we're also doing live cutaways for all the scoring updates. So all of this radio broadcasting that we're doing is actually live on the internet, and it's live on radio stations all over the country covering the games.
Now ESPN also offers that, right? Do they?
Who?
ESPN?
Who?
Your competition, right?
You've got to watch our World Series coverage. It's going to go beyond anything that's been done on the internet. We're covering not only every game in the playoffs and World Series pitch by pitch, but we're going to show you exactly where the trajectory of each pitch coming in. Beyond that, we're going to have all the video highlights of the big games right after the game. And when you watch the highlight, you'll be able to track to exactly where it took place in the game.
So if I missed the game last night, the next morning I can go on and see the highlights.
That's right.
With a solid television partnership with CBS, Levy is primed and ready to chase down the current market leader.
Our revenues, we believe, are much higher than ESPN's, and we're on the right track. I think that sports in the long run will be the biggest content category out there as all sports fans come online. And 3 or 4 years from now, investors are going to be saying, why didn't I notice that 3 or 4 years ago? Our goal is to be #1 in every major country in the world, and we've started by launching Sportsline Europe under the URL sports.com. Well, Sportsline is really a dream come true. It enables me to be involved with sports, with media, with technology, and with the internet. And I think that's great, not only for me, but for all of our employees. everyone comes in fired up every day, and everyone's there to be number one.
Well, Sportsline stock hasn't been as well received as its website, has it?
It's bizarre in a way. You've got Sportsline, they're the #2 site in sports after ESPN, a close #2. Millions of users hitting that site. Tons of revenue, more revenue than ESPN, yet Wall Street just doesn't seem to like them, and even their expansion into Europe, the reaction on Wall Street was
What does Mike
poor.
Levy say about that?
You know, well, he just says he's going to stick it out. He's very confident. He thinks that in the long run, the stock price will come around, and we've heard that before. But we'll see what happens.
Well, we'd love to hear from you. If you have comments about this or feedback about anything on today's program, email